Now, will I go over and say hello to we have some members of the travelling community in the audience this evening. Where's Geraldine? Geraldine, how are you, Geraldine? Tell us a bit about yourself. Where are you from? What are you up to?
I'm from Athlone.
Yeah.
Up to very little now at the minute. I'm up to very little at the minute.
Yeah, okay. But you're a member of the travelling community.
I am indeed.
Have you been watching the Gypsy Wedding programme?
I have followed it.
Yeah.
I have followed it. Wasn't a big fan of it.
Why not?
Because I felt it represented very badly.
Did you think so?
Yeah, and it just goes to show that there was a difference between English travellers and Irish travellers.
Which is what?
Them dresses. Them dresses, because an Irish traveller would not wear a dress that size, and would not wear a dress that has lights. Which, if I recall in the programme, it was a settled girl that wore that dress anyway. She was getting married to a traveller boy.
Yeah.
But
because it's interesting, because I've been watching the programme and I noticed that a lot of the travellers that they talk to and deal with are certainly first generation, some of the parents, and then the boys and girls seem to be closer to second generation. So, and yet they seem to be into this. So where did they get this from, I wonder then?
This idea of the big dresses.
Yeah.
Over here in Ireland, they're not as extravagant, as you'd say. I wouldn't be able to endure the pain of wearing a dress like that. I can't imagine many of my friends would behave like that. I'd imagine if you're going to get married, your day would be about having fun.
Yeah.
I'm not crying with pain and wondering what
That's what I was thinking. Look at that, so, yeah.
I don't know a traveller that would
now Maria, where's Maria? Maria, how are you? What did you think of the programme? Were you watching it?
I watched it, yeah.
And did you like what you saw?
No.
No, tell me why. That's interesting, 2 out of 2 now, so why didn't you like it?
No, one of the big things was grabbing.
Yeah, tell a lot of people nodding because they remember that. Describe the grabbing to us so that people understand what you're talking about.
When I watched the show, it was it just showed boys and girls, boys basically bringing girls off, beating them until they get a kiss or whatever else. But like, I've never heard tale of that in Ireland.
Yeah, they didn't. What I didn't see was beating. What they did was they
dragged them off. Yeah, they
almost by
dragged
the
them
hair.
off and did get a kiss off them. Whatever. I think it was ridiculous.
But they seemed to. They had footage of it. They were showing it. They said this is what they do.
But
at the
why did they put themselves there in the first place? Like they went to car parks and things like that. Sure, if you know that's going to happen, why would you go there?
So do you think the programme was exploitative?
Oh, it was definitely.
And do you think that it was kind of a bit snidey and sneering?
It was like it just made it. Really and truly, it was just made a show.
Yeah. So you were embarrassed by it.
Oh, when I was watching, I said, "What is people going to think of Irish travellers?"
Yeah.
It never happens in the traveller community.
It never happens.
That's assault. I wouldn't put up with assault. If I see my brothers, I'd be appalled. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If a boy try and do that, we grab, he would be picking his teeth up at the ground. And yet, it was the Irish travellers that gets blamed for it. These are Irish travellers, such a person, grabbing such a person.
Yeah.
An Irish traveller would never ever do that to a girl.
Yeah.
They treat their women with respect, you know what I mean? Not treat them like they're, not even an animal.
Yeah.
You would not treat an animal the way them people are treating, and yet it's Irish travellers. These are English people only. Irish travellers would never do that. Never disrespect women.
You don't see them as a fellow travellers, if in the truest sense of the word.
I am 29 years of age.
Yeah.
I've been to many weddings, been to many parties.
Yeah.
I have never seen that carry on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And yet, it's given people, settled people, the belief this happens constantly.
Yeah.
Do you know, a girl has to go out to a car park to get grabbed and get beaten in order to get a husband. Because if she's over the age of 21, she's over the hill. Yeah. I haven't even started climbing my hill. English travellers are a complete different world, and it's the Irish travellers that are getting the blame.
Why didn't they have you on the bloody show?
Bring me on, baby.
They should have.
Bring me on.
It makes no sense because that's what's lacking is the balance that we're hearing, because the whole thing is a one. Look, there's 2 people here, Julianne and Christine. Where's Julianne? Julianne, how old are you, Julianne?
16.
16. And when are you getting married?
Sometime next year.
Sometime next year. And have you seen the programme?
I did.
What do you think?
Sure.
Rubbish. You were embarrassed by it too. Because in the show, most 16-year-olds are heading towards wedding bells anyway, and like they leave school at 14, or this seems to be the general gist of it. Are you still in school? Have you left?
No, I left.
You've left?
Yeah.
And is this the kind of dress you'd like to wear?
No way.
You're embarrassed by this?
Yeah.
But I think the young ones over there, like, they tried the best to other young ones. You remember, I have a nicer stuff and bigger stuff, and they tried the best, but little they don't know, like, that.
It's not the
not
same
nice
thing.
at all,
You're
it's
getting
not.
married when exactly?
June.
In June. And how old are you?
17.
17. Do you think it's very young to be getting married? I mean, there's not a judgment, by the way. It's just a question. So don't.
No, because I've known him like over 2 years now, and we've been engaged a while, so I think I'm ready to get married.
Yeah. Okay. Well, look, that's the decision you made. We wish you happiness in that. And what do you make of the dresses that you've seen so far?
No, I wouldn't like any of them.
Not your style.
No.
Bit too small, is it?
No.
No. You're a much more elegant person, I would imagine, just looking at you, Martin. You're looking at this. I'm intrigued by the reaction, because I thought, some of the people in the travelling community might have thought, yeah, it's a kind of mixed bag of things. What do you think?
Oh, it's definitely a mixed bag of things. It's like a bag of all sorts, to be honest about it. And judging by what's on the stage, there's definitely a couple of liquors thrown in as well.
Yeah.
But I can honestly say that what the show did lack was it went for extravagance rather than relevance. Because, to be honest about it, that does not represent traveller culture, nor does it represent travellers in England or the gypsy community.
So is the whole thing caught then?
I think, to be honest about it, it's not a documentary. Let's get it straight. It is a mockumentary.
Do you think so?
Oh, 110%. It is definitely. And even if you look at the introduction narration, a unique insight into, like a David Attenborough type of approach,
Like,
and let's watch these as the females go on and throw their pheromones and wag their tails as the pheromones hit the males into the face, and they can't help them. They're brought into a frenzy.
Should have put you on the show too.
Like, it was like something like Captain Caveman mating style,
But these are real people. They put
Hang on a
themselves forward
second,
and said,
they are real
we
people.
are part of our community. This is what we do.
But let's get it straight now.
Go ahead, Martin. Yeah.
If I was to go and start a documentary or mockumentary,
Which I think you should.
And which I should, to be honest about it.
Go on, sorry.
That right now. And if I wanted to go for the sensationalist values, which was shown on the show, it was purely sensational. The woman can't even tell us the price of the dress. For God's sake,
Pushing us away from society rather than bringing us back in.
It's pushing you away.
No, we're
rather than
working
back
very
in. So
hard to work into society because
Okay.
we feel like we have to.
I'd love to talk about. What are you studying, by the way?
I'm studying towards a degree in human rights, which, by the way,
in
can I just
Galway.
mention as well, in the show, it did show, like, once they get married, that's it, education. I can't write, I can't do this, I can't do that. That's bull, to be honest about it. There's lots of travellers, in education, and education is a way forward, and people seem to think that marriage is the only way.
Yeah.
It is bull.
Okay.
It is bull.
Okay. Well, I think it's a pity the show is over, because I'd watch it with very different eyes, having met and talked to you folks. But thanks for coming to see us this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Our friends from the travelling community join us. Put their pace very articulately and elegantly. That's it for part 3. Join us after the break. Lots more to come.